new journal and guide. Subscribe today.
Please. I'd encourage young people to commit to, this might be a formal term, but to continuous improvement in terms of just their general knowledge. And I specifically would encourage reading a broad range of publications, and we are very much a media-driven society. I do confess to going home and turning on the TV, but also just watching a diverse range of shows, new shows that don't always agree with your core convictions and values, because I think it's really important that we understand, like the full fabric of our community has to cross the finish line. We're all in this together. The mayor and I, when we first got here, started talking about that. And I know, for example, that many of the things that my good friend, and he is a good friend, Bobby Scott, has said today, there's truth embedded in what he said. And so I need to understand the logic flow, and that, I think, really does apply to public policy. The second thing I would encourage is to develop just a real passion for written and spoken communication, and just commit to continuous improvement in both. When someone applies at our office, oftentimes what I'll do is I'll say, here are 3 scenarios. Say, we're sorry because we can't come to this event. Do this, and do this. And it's pretty remarkable. Someone can interview extraordinarily well, and their writing is tough. And so that... and then, the spoken part, Dale Carnegie is a great place to get started. I know that every time as I transition from a hardworking, businessman to a candidate, and I still have a lot to learn, but every time I get in the car, that's when my wife would say, well, do you want me to tell you how you did it? It's a little tough, being concise and precise, but being able to articulate your values and what you believe in is important. And then finally, and maybe most importantly, and this theme has already been carried out by Merrick and the mayor, is having, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Just look in your life. Do I have 4 or 5 men, if you're a guy, or however you want to do it, women too, just that are just kind of, maybe that you can kind of pivot off of and bounce some things off of. I always admire when a young person will come alongside and say, this is especially before I was in this job, and they'd say, well, Mr. Rigell, can I come by your office and just talk to you about a business? And that's how I met Esmo, really. I think, sure. And you come by and how do you get started and all that. And I'm just thinking, like, wow, I'm impressed. Just the fact that they've taken that initiative. So don't be hesitant to write a note to someone maybe who's 15 years ahead of you and say, would you kindly give me 20 minutes? They'll probably give you 30 or more and be available to you for mentorship in some way.
This production has been brought to you by Image Entertainment.